even though Leatherface got chainsawed through his stomach at the end of part 2 in 1989, actually early 1990, we see the return of Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the credits are actually kind of cool. The title, the three eyes or whatever come into place for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. This one for me is an improvement over the second one because it kind of puts them back in their rightful place where they were in the first one. What you'll notice in every sequel or remake to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, except 2, is that all the other ones, well, at the beginning of part 2 had kids driving too, so maybe in a way you can argue that that was also, but they always got every sequel is almost like, except 2, is almost like a remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Part 3 is like a remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Instead of a van full of kids, you got, this couple who's actually, the relationship is, it's hairy, it's rough, they're not doing well, they might not get married, and they're driving, I don't know where they're driving, California, or she's driving a car to California or something like that. And, when I ate it up when I was a kid, but it's one of those things when you get older, it's just like, okay, like I say, it's just a remake of the first one in a lot of ways. And the only thing that she got is that, Viggo, how do you say his name? Viggo Mortensen or whatever?
He's in that?
Yeah! That's one of his first breakthrough movies.
I saw that years before I saw Lord of the Rings. So
how do you say his name?
Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah, so Viggo Mortensen actually,
now
you gotta watch it again. Oh no! So he didn't know he was in there, but that was, and he actually, I'm not a fan, or I don't particularly care one way or another about him, but he's good as Tex.
Great actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably, it's not his showcase role.
Well, wait until you see it again, man. You'll see Tex, it'll kill all over Texas. I don't think anyone can say it like he does. But then there's a crazy, one guy we liked is a crazy gas station guy,
You gotta throw that in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find anything that's the positive, and he was a cool character, and you're like, big surprise! Fuck you, mister! It's like,
the one thing
motherfucker.
One thing the movie had was it had the weird characters sort of from the first.
Yeah, where they tried to take.
I was going to point out that all the movies were basically remakes with the exception of the sequel.
Part 2. Everything after part 2 is like remakes.
Yeah, they're remakes. I think that's why they called it Leatherface instead of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I think they just threw that on there for to sell it.
Well, because you have to have that, otherwise people aren't necessarily going to know if it's a new movie or whatever.
Yeah, and so but this one had the kind of kooky characters, and that's sort of what I remember from it. It had good use of lighting, if memory serves, as well. It's very modernized compared to the original.
Well, yeah, because it's metal music. That's one thing I didn't like either.
It was the late 80s, early 90s, so it was hardcore into that hair metal.
And even Leatherface looked like a freaking band.
Yeah, he did. Leatherface was terrible in that movie.
Yeah. One thing I thought was cool is, a lot of this stuff, these details get lost on people, but he had a leg brace, which I can only assume is from getting cut in the first one.
It's supposed to either be a remake of the first one or a direct sequel to ignoring the second one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, because Leatherface got killed. Everyone got killed. The plug got blown up at the end. So I think it's a sequel, almost maybe a very early weird reboot, but for sure a sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Again, it goes through the same paces. I do think that it was well done. I think Jeff Burr did a good job. It's not good enough for 3 stars. I'm going to go 2.5. It's better than 2. If you want to see a sequel, you could skip 2 if you want, and then go to 3. I do like 3 more.
I like 3 more too. I'd give it 1.5, I think.
What'd you give 2?
I gave 2.5. Yeah. So this is a whole star better than. This is a step up.
Yeah, I'd like it a lot more.
It's probably the best of the sequels.
I only gave it a half more, but I like it a lot more. Or I think it's a lot better than part 2 is. I don't know why the stars doesn't reflect that, but it doesn't. So that's our take on Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. You guys have a good one. Don't mess with Texas.